I am rockin' with B-Rock.
I'm rocking with B-Rock.
I'm rocking with B-Rock.
Kirsty and I are rocking with B-Rock.
We're rocking with B-Rock!
We are
Shotgun Superstars. Rocking with B-Rock. I'm Chrissy.
And I'm Jim. And we're rocking with B-Rock.
Rocking with B-Rock!
We are Asphalt Valentine, and you are rocking with B-Rock.
Rocking with B-Rock! Ready to rock with B-Rock!
Hey, this is Paul Lydell from Dangerous Toys and Dirty Looks, and I'm rocking with B-Rock.
With B-Rock!
I'm rocking with B-Rock.
With B-Rock, and I'm looking forward to fight.
Hey, it's Jeff from American Jetset, and you're rocking with B-Rock. Because you're smart. You got good taste.
What's happening? You see that last guy? The last guy, Jeff, that did that? Well, he's here today. And he brought the rest of the band with him. That's right, American Jetset's here today. Get to catch up with these guys, see what these guys got going on. I mean, if you haven't heard these guys, you've got to hear them. They are very good. They've got that old school Sunset Strip kind of Faster Pussycat-ish, sleaze, real good for the ears kind of music, man. It's that throwback. It's a good shit that we grew up on, that we love, that we still love. And every now and then a band comes around and gets it right. These guys came around in, I think, about 2018, dropped their first EP in 2019. And they got it right. They've been getting it right ever since. So let's bring the boys in. Jeff, Skins, Kevin, and Ian. What is happening?
What's up?
What's up, Mike? B-Rock.
How are we all doing today?
We're all rocking with B-Rock. That's what
Wow. Man, you really got to get a life. I mean,
that's right.
Really got to get a life. This is the best you could come up with. I mean, come on, man.
That's right.
You guys, I thought you guys were a lot more popular than this.
Well, the 12 viewers you'll have tonight will prove it.
It's the best part of the day.
So what you guys got going on? Now, tell me a little bit, I know you guys have been on the show before.
Yeah.
Skins, this is your first time, and it's glad to have you.
Yeah.
Very nice to finally meet you face to face, not in person yet, but it's coming.
No, we did meet once at Cancun Cantina. Actually,
okay.
I said hello to you.
Okay. Then we met again. That was a busy day.
It was it was busy. There was a lot of stuff going on.
It was just crazy busy. I met a lot of people, and they come up to me and they're like, "Yeah, we've met before." I'm like, oh, "Okay," But I thought we did, but I wasn't sure. But then I thought we did. I don't know, man.
It was real quick.
Real quick. Oh, okay. So you're one of them fly in, hey, fly out, bye.
Not a
stop. Just was like, hey, what's up? Kept going.
Them Bradley Entertainment shows keep me busy. It's not so much busy. It's like everybody wants to talk, and it's because it's like a family event. Everybody's been there, and you all know it. It's like, it's just like you
were out front getting some air, and I didn't want to like tuck your ear off because it looked like you were trying to chill and decompress a little bit before you had to go back in. So
talk my ear off. You'll learn. You'll learn. Sometimes when I'm out getting air, I want to. It's cool to talk because maybe I'm trying to get away from something. I get in. Sometimes you get down, and it's no reason to get down, but you get down, and every now and then I pull away because I get down, and then somebody will come up, just start talking. Great. I'm back up. Let's go.
All right.
Yeah. So you see me alone? Bother me.
Bother me.
Bother me.
Right.
I need bother.
You know what? I need a t-shirt. I need a t-shirt that says that. Bother me.
Bother me.
I'll wear the opposite shirt.
Yeah, right.
Bother me. Right. Now, you guys came on when? 2018?
Yeah, late.
Yeah. Late. Okay. Early beginnings. Who wants to talk about it?
Well, sure, I'll take that. So,
I know it.
Jeff was bugging me for a real long time about getting together and doing something that was really focused on stuff we listened to when we were kids. And at the time, I had all kinds of other things happening, building a business and a bunch of stuff. And at some point, the bug just bit me. We recorded a record in a matter of like 2 weeks.
Holy shit.
We ended up recruiting Kevin, for the live portion of that, and we put the record out, and people dug it. I mean, we got just a boatload of incredible reviews off that record, and that was like a proof of concept. And we said, let's keep going. So then we recruited our former guitarist Lance to join the band, and he came on, and we played just a ton of shows all over 2021. And then, of course...
No, 2019.
Sorry, 2019. 19. Yeah. And then on the other side of that, we recorded our record, Saloon Rock Whiskey Pop, released it, and then COVID hit. And there it is. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, and our record release party was on February 29th, the leap year day, and then lockdown started 2 weeks later. We didn't have time to play another show.
Because you guys were slated to play Ballroom Blitz.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
no.
Not at that point, but we later on in the following year we were. But we were slated to play a huge amount of shows, and we were building a massive tour at that point. And we lost, like everybody, we lost everything in COVID, and in terms of shows. And we tried to piece that little bits back together over the course of that year. We did a private show with Kicks. We did we did some recording, but it was just a struggle. And over the course of that year, with all the personal struggles that we all kind of were under, with COVID and lockdown and all that stuff, Lance decided to move a different direction, and he left. He ended up leaving the band right at the turn of this year, and then. In a matter of weeks, we had songs, we had a record, we had Skins came aboard, and he was ready to go, and we started rehearsing, and boom, we recorded a record, and it's been a whirlwind in the last 3 months, man.
I mean, I talked to Ian, he took some time off at the end of 2021, and so I talked to him like maybe a week or so into January, and I'm like, what are we doing, dude? Like, I love this band. I want to keep it going. And he was like, yeah, I think we could do that. And then, a week later, he sends me like 6 demos. Like, and when I say demos, I'm saying he's got the shit written. Like, it's
damn.
And he's like, all right, and a day later we booked the studio time. And we didn't even have Skins at that point.
Right.
We were just like, we're doing this thing. These are great songs. We're doing it, dude. And just like our nature, we start booking shows before we even have a lineup ready.
That's true. Oh, that's right. We then booked the show at the DeMalls at the Whiskey, like before the record, or even before Skins had agreed to.
Yeah.
We don't have anybody in the band, but can we book a show, please?
We knew it would happen.
Right. And I remember, Jeff, talking to you, and you said Ian was taking some time off. I was like, what's that mean? You're like, I don't know. And I'm like, okay, and I was like, no, this can't. And you heard about a lot of bands that didn't come out of COVID.
Yeah.
They done, people found something else, some other direction to take their life. And,
the dynamic changes, 2019 was busy for us. We practiced once or twice a week at the same place every week. We wrote music, we recorded a record, and we played shows like once or twice a month straight through. And then when COVID hit, the dynamic of our relationship between each other changed, because it goes from jamming and writing and playing to Zoom meetings. And what are we going to do next? Are we going to do a live stream
again? And together online, or trying to get jam together online.
When that all started, that thing, we realized that we weren't going to operate as a band that way. Like, it just wasn't. We found things out about each other, and you know what I mean? It was just it was so different from the flow we had because we got along great, because every time we were practicing, we were either, writing for the record or rehearsing for a show. There was no like, I don't know what's up with you.
There's
like
a direction. There's a goal. There's a,
there was always a goal.
Here.
That
Always
year was
a
so
goal.
busy.
And then you go to no goals.
Yeah.
What do we do?
And I think the other aspect of this is that, when we started, when Jeff and I started the band, we both operated a particular pace. And that is basically like blinding, like speed. So
well, obviously you sent him 6 tracks the day after you were like, let's do it.
Dude, not only that, he already had the album title. He had the artwork. I mean, it's everything. And it was the same thing with the first record.
Dude is driven, man. I mean, I get that from him. He is driven.
The thing is, though, I might have had that stuff done, but then Jeff had all the booth plans and all the other things, he sees another side of it. So we all see different sides of this, but the thing is that Jeff and I move at a particular pace. And I don't think that for the year or so, we hadn't really been aligned. And once we found out we were sort of back in alignment, and then it was a matter of just finding out this Kevin meet up with that same thing at that time. And then of course, having somebody else. I mean, look, we're the age we are, and finding somebody that's our age that wants to do this at the level at which we're doing it is very difficult. And at first I wasn't really all that sure that we were going to find something. And when Skins kind of came along, it was like, we can do this again. And that just kind of reinvigorated the whole thing. So, yeah, man, we just jumped in with both feet.
Especially after that first rehearsal when we all met Skins in person. I mean, Jesus.
Dude. It could jam, dude.
It fit.
It could jam. And I was like, Skins, when I heard you join the band, when I heard, what's his name left, I was like, oh, shit. But then when you start to think about that area and what guitar players are in that area, what could possibly be in, who could possibly join and whatnot, you were in my mind. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to go to Jeff and say, hey, man, you got to look, because you were already in Raise the Rat. And it's like, okay, but is he going to, you got multi-band guys now. So that when they announced it was you, I was like, damn, I knew it. This is great because you fit. That's your style. So when you came aboard, how did that first meeting and that first jam session go?
Well, Ian and I had been talking, and he had sent me some songs for the audition, and I learned those, and then I guess it was about maybe a week before I actually auditioned. Ian said, "Hey, we're going to make an announcement. You're in the band," and I thought, well,
I haven't even auditioned.
I haven't met the other guys yet, so I hope that goes well. But yeah, when we all got together, it was great. I mean, we jammed and it felt really awesome right off the bat.
Fantastic.
And we fit together really well.
Good.
So,
that's what
good call on Ian's part.
That's what Skin's saying. So how did it go for the rest of you guys?
Well, I mean, I'll say quickly that typically when I'm in a band, especially with this band, the first thing I do is I groove with the bass player, right? That's what you do as a drummer. You get on there. Dude, we weren't even a minute into the first song with Skins, and I looked to the right of me, I looked to the left of me, and I'm like, shit. Like it feels right. It just did on both sides. And then you got Ian right there, like right in front of me, singing and playing the guitar. It fit. I knew right away. And it was like, I mean, he was learning all those songs that were, some of our older stuff. And we all knew, well, he's also going to have to learn all this new stuff because we're going in the studio in a month.
So now it is Skins on the new record.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, good. That's what I thought.
Now we actually
move fast.
No, go ahead, Skins. Go ahead. Sorry about that.
Well, I said you said we move fast, and we move fast.
And Kevin, sorry, I wasn't trying to cut you off, but I don't know how it felt for you.
No, it's I felt great. I helped. We were all loading in, getting some of his gear and carrying these couple big road cases in his bag, and he sets it down and he opens it up and he's like, beers, bourbons. He had little airplane bottles of bourbons. And I'm like, yes.
We're in.
Not that I condone that kind of thing, but
The bourbon solidified it.
Well, it's funny though, Kevin and Jeff probably don't remember this, but right after Lance left, because I'm a kook, I made a list of everybody locally that, we may want to talk to. And Skins was like at the top, literally at the top of the list. I was like, we probably should talk to him immediately. And I shared videos of him before he even got in touch with me with everybody. And we were looking at what he was doing with Race the Rat. We love that. We love those guys. We love Jeff.
Oh, yeah. It's like the same vibe, same sound. Yeah. It's not a real lot of, you got guys that go from like an 80s sound to melodic rock. And it's like, how does that transition? This is a transition. There's none. It is jump right in. You got this.
Yeah.
And the music we wrote for this record, for fans of, there are some very specific things about this record that I think particular fans will like a lot. There's a lot of Rat, a lot of Dokken, a lot of White Lion, even a lot of different stuff that we weren't really able to explore before because I just didn't bring the material in. And one of the things I think we would have gotten to had we sort of not taken a detour with Saloon Rock, I think we would have probably grown into this record from the first. So for fans of that first record, I think you're going to like this one even more because it's sort of a growth from that period of time. But the thing with Skins is that he really did get like the style, and because he lived through it like we all did, right? I think that's a big deal. That was a big deal to me and a player. So he fits in perfectly.
Oh, easy. And I could tell it from the first song. I'm like, oh, this is freaking great. And you're right. Saloon Rock Whiskey Pop took a little different vibe, took a turn, it's a great album. I love it. I mean, there's not a song on there that I don't like. I don't skip anything. But it was different from the first to that. And then now hearing the first song off this, I was like, whoa. And then even Locomotive, it was back to the original. So you released your concept record, which Saloon Rock Whiskey Pop is basically a concept record, really, in my eyes.
They all are.
Yeah.
There is a theme that carries through that entire record. Yeah. So yes. I don't think it was intentionally concept record. It just ended up kind of
ended up that way. I mean, you must have sat around one Saturday afternoon and just everything you were feeling that day went into that record. It's a good record. I love it. 1,000 Ghosts. I mean, it's freaking great record. I mean, you do. And by the way, okay, when I would mow the lawn and things, I put on, Spotify, and that's when I put the headphones on and listen. Where's it at? It left. Are you guys revamping your Spotify? I was like, where did it come?
We're going to call that out of print. Let's call it. We have copies of it that are available on CD, and
that shows.
That'll be there. You got one of the remaining copies for folks that actually are looking for that thing. No, we still have copies of it, and we'll still have it at shows, and still proud of the record. We pulled it offline. We figured, look, everything is about branding, right? And there was while we love that record, we felt like it was best just to retire it and move on and allow the first record and this new record to sort of identify who we really are.
Right. Exactly. And I get that. I totally get it. A lot, bands do that. They go, we released this album. This album was different for us, but we don't want people to think this is who we are. And that album, it really isn't who you are. The first album is, in my opinion.
And the new one is.
And the new one. Of course, I haven't heard that yet, but only one song.
And by the way, I don't want to, for people that love that record, we still love the record too. Right. I think, we still play a couple songs from that record, in fact. And I'm sure at some point we'll probably go through all of them, but it really is just a continuity conversation more than anything.
Okay. Yeah. I've said, I get it. I get it totally. You know, it was just one of them days. I'm like, oh, what happened? It was one of them days I thought, oh shit, my Spotify's screwing up again. You know, because one day it's just totally Spotify shut down and I didn't have anything. And I'm like, where is everything? I thought I didn't pay my bill or something. But then I'm going through and I'm like, okay, this is gone. Then I went to YouTube and that day, and I'm looking, and most everything's pulled off YouTube. I was like, okay, something's going on with that album.
Well, I can tell you what happened with that. When we went to pull Saloon Rock and the 2 singles, I accidentally pulled down all of Spotify.
Everything.
Yeah, I pulled it
the
all
first
down.
album is there.
Well, I wanted to keep that there.
Yeah, that's there still. Yep, which is cool. I like it. I was like, okay, they're still here. I thought, oh no, they disappeared again. Oh no, don't do this. Did COVID hit all over again and take my music away again? Yeah. It's not cool, dude. Not cool.
And it's got new cover art too, so there's that.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. It's cool. Now, bands that you've toured with some pretty cool bands, man. If you go back and look. Favorite gig? What was like what was that one that you were like, this was cool, and that's it right now so far?
I'll go first, but there are 2 that come to mind. I'll use one. The best show I've ever played in my life was with Tom Kiefer, and we played in front of about 600 people.
Dude, it was more than that, man.
It wasn't the biggest show I ever played, but it was a show where we realized we had crossed over because we had people singing back Monsters to it.
Wow.
So that was a huge moment, and it really was like, whoa, like we could, this is different now. You know what I mean? It was incredible. And other than that, I'll let the guys speak for themselves. But there's a couple of others that were just kind of mind blowers.
I'd have to leap off of that one as well. Kiefer for me was very it was very memorable. Even to the point where after the gig was done, we typically toured out to some of the local establishments and took their drummer with us and hung out for a little bit and actually become friends with some of the guys. But it was that moment where one of our techs was able to jump up on Jeff's drum seat and get us to stand there with the crowd behind us and take a photo.
It was one of those shows where you're like, we got to get that picture.
And everybody was all pumped. So it was definitely, it sticks with you. But the one that really the other one that sticks with me is the one at the Whiskey and with Jack Russell was only because it was my birthday.
Nice.
So that made it nice and memorable for
me. Hell yeah. That'll make it great.
Jack's great. Yeah, Jack's great.
Yeah, I mean, those would be.
Blair was awesome. He was really cool to us.
I think those 2 shows, but also for me, playing with Living Color when it was just us and Living Color. And the thing that was particularly cool about this is that, they hadn't seen each other in like 5 or 6 months, Living Color, and they were getting ready to do a South American tour. And so they had to stop at BWI, which is the airport up in Baltimore. And they decided they needed to rehearse. So they booked a gig kind of in a restaurant bar, it was literally, there was a graduation party going on when we got there. And then they cleared out and there's a stage in the corner. I mean, they sound checked for like 13 hours, but when we went on stage, it was, I think it was like the 30th anniversary of Vivid. They played the album back to, front to back. It was a great show, but to be on that stage going, dude, Will Calhoun, those guys are, idols to me. And they were really chill, and it was just fantastic to play to their crowd. And because it wasn't highly publicized because, of the situation, like they were literally the next day flying to Cuba or something, that it was packed, but you knew that it was all like hardcore fans, that if they even knew about that show. So it was really cool to play that show. But of course the Tom Kiefer show. So the dressing room they gave us that night was under the stage.
Wow.
When Tom Kiefer's up there with those cowboy boots of his, and he's just stomping like this, he's just stomping on the stage. All we could hear above our heads was these cowboy boots. And I'm like, dude, they're going to money pit right through the stage. Tom Kiefer's lower half's going to be dangling above us.
That room looked like a scene from Saw. I mean, it was.
Dude, it was the darkest, weirdest room ever. With just a bunch of, it's where they store everything, I guess, in there. But they were like, yeah, Tom Kiefer's band's going to be in the real clean room. We're going to put you here. Hey, they had a space for us. Awesome, right?
Right.
And there was also a cooler of beer they forgot was down there, so that was cool.
Hey, you know what? It wasn't down there no more, was it?
No.
Oh shit! Yeah, Kiefer would probably be my, anybody that has a show with him or anybody, usually that comes up. They're like Kiefer. I saw him M3 my first year at M3, and they had that backstage back there in the woods, and he headlined it. And they had Europe on the, Europe was going to be on the main stage, but they had Kiefer on the.
God, what a mix up there! What a mix up.
But dude, it was the coolest.
I was there.
Yeah. Right. It was the coolest thing because, I fell in love with it. It was like, all there needed to be was a campfire. And it was like he pulled you in. You were family. He was telling stories from the stage. His wife was there.
Yeah.
He just interacted. I'm around a bunch of people I love. And it was one of them events where you were just like, oh my God. And when you think about it, you get the chills, you know? And I'm like, he was sitting there and you could see his wife just staring at him. I have a picture of her staring at him while he's singing because I remember that moment where I'm just like, wow. And somebody actually captured it. And it was just one of them things. Kiefer and his shows and himself, it's just, anybody that plays with him, sees him, he's always one of them artists that are always tops on the list.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, I saw him a bunch of times, and then real briefly, I guess Cinderella got back together.
Briefly.
And they were doing some club shows. They played at Ram's Head in Baltimore, which still to see the full Cinderella band, in a place that holds what, like 1,500 people.
Right.
Like it was awesome. Like it was a really great show. And then, but Kiefer can go at Merriweather and headline the main stage and still tear it up. So
right, exactly. I mean, it is what it is with him. He's just, he goes on the Monsters Rock cruise. He's been on there twice that I've been on, and I'm like, nope, I'm not even trying to get in there. I mean, it's just packed out. The biggest theater that they got, and it's no more a standing room only, basically, and it's I've seen him enough times. Cinderella, Tom Kiefer, let somebody else see him, and I'll go see the other band that nobody's going to see. And sometimes them are the best shows. You go and you see the Killer Dwarfs on the pool deck while everybody else is over there with Kiefer. It's like, this is really cool. Then it gets
when it's a situation where there's there should be a lot more people and there's not. Sometimes that's really cool. I know that like 3 days before the Beastie Boys' very final show ever, they were on their way to play a $5 million gig at like Bonnaroo or something. And they played 2 shows leading up to it. And one was in Baltimore. And they were like, all right, the venue fits 1,500. Why don't we sell 600 tickets?
Wow.
And they wanted it to be like a small thing in a big venue. And to be able to see a band that was that size and to be up front and still be able to go like this and not touch people, that was pretty cool.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, you're going to be at the M3 Rock Festival, not playing.
Right.
But tell us a little bit about what you got organized for the M3 Rock Festival.
Well, what we're going to do, I was with one of my companies. I was a vendor for many years, so I got to learn a lot about how that whole thing works and, got together with the guys from Chuck Levin's and all these different people. And I did that for about 8 years. So this year, we knew our record was coming out on 5/5 and M3 starts on 5/6. So I was like, I wonder if, like, let's go ahead and do this. So I talked to the promoters, and they were like, hell yes, do it. Like, let's set this up. So we're gonna have a lot of really cool stuff there. One thing is that we're gonna, outside of just American Jetset being there and meeting people, we're also gonna be playing the new record, a lot on a loop, and we're gonna have like VIP all access passes that, you know, are just like I'm sure you have 1,000 of them. And on the back, it has a code to get our album for free. We're going to have buttons and stickers for free. And then we're going to give away a bunch of other merch. We're going to do heavy metal karaoke. We're going to do, Name That Riff with my 11-year-old kid's going to play all the riffs. We're going to do like, yeah, we're gonna do all kinds of cool stuff. And,
hey, if Skid says he's good, he's good.
Good.
So
yeah, you know why I like him? Yesterday, I asked him who his favorite guitar player was, and he pointed at me.
Wow! Oh, come on, he's sucking up.
He's awesome.
He's like, tell him it's him.
That's legit, dude.
Oh, dude, Skids is badass.
Yeah. So you know, it's just gonna be a chance for people. Look, you know, especially now that there's not a backstage at M3, you know, in between bands, all the people in the pavilion, they get up, they walk around. That's what they do. And the way they have all the tents set up, it's, you know, you walk around, so everybody comes by. So I was just like, man, you know, so the record label is getting the booth, and there's going to be other band stuff from the other bands, but Jet Set is the focus. You come in, listen to the record. You can meet us if you want. You know, we're going to be giving away free posters and free stickers and buttons and VIP passes. And we're going to have all the new merch. And I think it's just going to be a time to just come hang out, man. You know,
and that's perfect too, because I am one that there's certain bands, maybe 3 throughout the day, that I will sit and watch the whole show. There's a lot of bands I've seen many, many times, and that's my time to go mingle and wander around. It's playing in the background, but that's cool. I don't need to sit there. I will go to booths. I will go check out this, check out that, go see friends, wander the lawn, stand there, you know, just to be outside of the venue. So that it's a perfect, you know, you get a lot of foot traffic, you'll meet a lot of people. I mean, hell yeah, we'll push the hell out of this.
You know, thank you. And you know, man, I mean, if you really want to think about it, I mean, think about who our potential audience would be. Like, people who don't know us yet.
Right.
They're going to be the people that go to M3. I mean, that's like, it's perfect. It's a perfect fit. So I think it's going to be a really good time. And we hope to meet a lot of awesome people, and, you know, the people from the M3 Rockers group.
Yes.
And I think it's going to be a really good time. You know, I mean, you know, we could roll up on a flatbed at a tailgate and try to play and sound crappy and, you know, just have a weird experience in dust and mud out in the parking lot, or we could go inside, set up, you can hear the record, you can get the merch, you know, like, so I think that's
a great idea. It's a perfect idea. You know,
for people that don't,
I'm trying to convince you to come and interview us on your podcast from the booth.
I'm trying.
I got the setup, dude. I got all.
I know, dude. I got so much. The daughter's got her last cheer competition the weekend before, which is Worlds, and she was invited to Worlds. So we got to do that. I cannot get out of that. I'm not allowed to get out of that.
You don't want to get out of that.
I don't want to get out of it. I want to, you know, we're good. But if I get home and I saved any money, then I'm heading to M3 that next weekend. Or it's going to be like, I'm fucking done, you know, because we got to do Disney too while we're down there. So you know, no rest for the wicked. I'm shooting for M3, but.
Well, I'll tell you what, I can get you in on Saturday. I can get you in on Saturday.
Yeah. We'll get somebody out there to start a get B-Rock to M3.
Yeah, dude.
There's a lot of people like, man, you're not coming. Why are you not coming? I'm like, dude, it's what you figure out hotels and this and that and the other.
You got to put your Venmo. You got to put your Venmo QR in the corner of your show and just be like, "This is donate to get me to M3, dude."
Dude, people be taking money from me. They're not paying to watch this. They'll be like, you gotta start paying me to listen to your shit. And I don't blame them. I like someone. Yeah, whatever. All right, so you got that. You got them three, which is a brilliant idea. I love it. I think when you hit me with that idea, I was like, dude, that is freaking amazing and perfect. I really, you should, even the other festivals that are out there. You've got Monsters on the Mountain. You've got, Masquerade coming up. There's so many different little festivals that are coming up.
We can't do Masquerade because we're going to be somewhere else.
I know, and I'm pissed. I mean,
we found out what the date was. We were like, oh my God.
I was pissed. I'm like, so I'm going to call the other venue. I do believe it's the Whiskey, right? Is it the Whiskey? Yeah. I'm calling the Whiskey, and I'm going to tell them you guys use backing tracks.
Ah!
Oh, don't go.
You guys will be off there, and then you'll be on Masquerade. Bang.
I'll tell you what, dude. I have board recordings of us at the Whiskey, and you'll know when you hear that. There's no backing tracks.
There's no backing tracks in this band. No.
Well, not yet. We're not as big as Santa Cruz.
We're not big enough. I mean, you got to get really big, and you got to have an attitude like you're better than everybody. It's everybody go fuck themselves and shut the fuck up. Once you get that attitude, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, that's what I figure. It won't even matter right then.
That dude has ended his career before it even began. I mean, dude, the one thing you got to, and you guys are in the business, the one thing you got to do is kind of be nice.
And honest.
Because what happened to Kevin DuBrow? I'll never forget it. Kevin DuBrow, Quiet Riot, one of the biggest bands in the land after Metal Health. They were right there with Rat, Motley, and just one of the biggest bands. Kevin DuBrow runs his mouth, not being nice to Stephen Percy, not being nice to Nikki Sixx and Vince. Next thing you know, everybody and their brother decided we like Rat and Motley. Fuck Kevin DuBrow. The next year I went and saw him on tour. There was maybe 100 people in a 10,000 seat arena. You gotta be nice.
The Quiet Riot 3, not Kevin DuBrow.
I mean,
oh yeah, it could have had to do with that. Yeah.
I think this was actually Condition Critical or something like that. I don't remember, but it was just I went and I'm like, there's nobody here. And then I'm like, okay, everybody's out there waiting. And one of the ushers, I'm walking down. He's like, hey, next time, tell your friends, dude. I'm like, well, I ain't got any, so you got to.
And especially,
I've got my friend here.
I think, the thing is, anybody can say what they will about Eddie Trunk, but the fact is that he is the media's representation of our music.
Really
whether you like him or not, that doesn't matter. When he's the first person you attack, but dude.
That's not going to get. And then you go right down the line. Metal Sludge, Sleaze Rocks, this. You're attacking everybody. I'm like, dude, you are just.
Well, and what he should have done immediately is just owned it and been like, yeah, we ran the tracks and it screwed up and that's terrible and whatever. But I mean, then he just launched into lying about it and then later just freaking out. I mean, it just doesn't help anybody. And by the way, all of us, probably most of us, at least in this band, have played in bands where we played to tracks. And in fact, one of the things that Jeff and I talked about at the very beginning was, can we not play to tracks?
Right.
We just want to play. Man.
Right. And I get it. You do have, people pay to see a show. And a lot of people, not me in particular, they want to hear a replication of the CD live. Well, in rock and roll, that's not always possible. And I don't really want to hear the CD live. I want to hear you guys raw. I want to hear mistakes. I want to hear that twang when I hear the guitar string break. I want to hear you break your stick on the side of the snare. I want to hear that, and the screw ups. That's rock and roll, man. But
It is.
I get it that, like a Jeff Tate, he's got harmonies and high notes. I get that you're going to put backing tracks. They're not going to be fronting tracks. They're going to be a harmony in the back. I get it. That's great. But when you walk away from a microphone and you're still singing, come on, dude. That's not a backing track.
Yeah, it's a far cry away from David Lee Roth having, the jump lead come in because you don't have a keyboard player. Or kicks, don't close your eyes. Different.
Right.
That's different because you're adding something into the live set.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it's just honestly, if anybody thinks that anybody that's ever played the Super Bowl was plugged into anything is crazy.
You're crazy.
Except for maybe a live
Prince. Prince was plugged.
Oh, Prince. Yeah, Prince.
Prince was plugged. I'm going to believe that. And Aerosmith, they were plugged. We're going to believe that forever. Everybody else, nope.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
about the whole tracks thing. But I'll tell you what. If you go see Faster Pussycat, you watch Sam blow away everybody.
Jesus.
On that whole stage, it won't matter to you because those tracks were just wasted time when you got a guy like that's over there playing in an actual live band.
Right.
Sam's great.
Sam, holy shit.
Dude, he's out
of his mind. I saw him in Atlanta when he just joined or whatever, and he was in Atlanta. I'm like, holy fucking crap, is this guy good?
Yep.
I mean, it was like the first time I saw what's his name on the drums for Neil and Slaughter. Yeah, okay, whatever. I meant Jeff.
Talking about Zoltan or
Zoltan. Holy crap! I couldn't do that. I don't know how he does that shit. I lose the beat just watching him. I'm like, I'm done. Don't understand this, but it's each their own. Some of it, that's a live show. They're live. I love it live. And if you're using tracks, whatever, don't let me know about it.
Right. Well, you know what? It's funny because we just wrapped up in the studio, and one day when we were in there, Ian had an idea for a song, and our producer is also a piano player, and he's like, "Well, I don't know," and then we started kind of writing a song on the spot, but it's got a lot of piano in it, and as we're recording it, and as Ian is toning all the writing and everything, we're going, well, shit, are we gonna have to get a live keyboard player because we don't not play this song, but it's only this song, so like those things kind of come up with that. It's like, well, am I never gonna hear David Lee Roth play Jump because you don't have a keyboard player? Well, I mean, maybe you will, maybe you won't.
But hey, that's understandable. Crazy Licks on Heat on Monsters Rock Cruise. Jonah T couldn't be there. He had other, he's got New Horizon going on. He's got other projects going on. He could not make the boat, or he felt ill or something. There was something went on that he couldn't be there. So they rely heavily on keyboards. So they came right out in front and said, "Hey, Jonah's not here. We're piping in his keyboards."
Oh, wow. Cool.
Yeah.
Does anybody give a fuck at that point? No.
Well, dude,
you don't have a dummy back there trying to acting like he's playing, and he's not.
Yeah. Okay. Throw a stick in the middle of my pretending.
Right. You told me, dude, we got to pipe in the keyboards because Jonah's not here.
Yeah.
Cool. I don't care.
I did a whole tour of the U.S. and Canada, and last second our bass player couldn't come. We literally recorded all the bass parts and just piped them through. We didn't have somebody standing there playing it. Nobody cared. Like, we weren't asked about it one time. No. Nobody gave a shit because we weren't pretending anything.
Right. You don't have some guy from the audience just stand there holding the bass, and you can see it's not plugged in because he ain't got a plug or a fucking receiver back there. It is what it is. Just be honest. Who cares? Don't even bring it up. Just whatever. It is what it is. But when it's out there, then it's out there. Then you got to deal with it. When you deal with something,
just own it immediately.
Be
own
truthful.
Before anybody calls you out on it, own it.
Right. Say, hey, My voice wasn't that great that night. I didn't want to cancel the show. And you know what? That'll go a long way further.
Of course.
Than lying about it and trying to play the blame game. Everybody else is wrong. I'm right. And go fuck yourself.
It was a publicity stunt.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, that was first. Publicity stunt. And now he's saying, it's like, dude, you are just crashing and burning. How about you just put a video out and say, hey, I'm sorry.
And more to the point, if he just owned it, it would be over right now.
It would have never gained traction. But when you start to lie, that gains traction. And you start being an asshole, that'll gain even more traction, because now, me, I don't usually talk about that kind of shit or post it, but I was like, oh, he's being an asshole. Oh, this is going everywhere. Yeah. I know to share, I'm sharing. And I was like, oh, fuck this guy. I'm done with it. I never really cared for Santa Cruz. They're one of the European bands that I never really got behind. They're not bad, but they weren't my thing. And now I'm just like, oh, you guys can shut the fuck up then.
And that wasn't just vocals. I mean, the video I saw,
everything.
There was like weird drum parts. There was both guitar players looked like they were playing rhythm, and all of a sudden there was a lead shredding. I mean, it was like the whole show was piped in. I mean, it's one thing if you have a song with a keyboard or a saxophone in it or something,
right?
And you're touring, you can't afford to bring one guy along just to play one song on keyboard. So piping it in for that makes sense. But
Skins leaned over in the studio. Skins leaned over to show me, and at one point it looked like they all just turned around and
they were having a band meeting, and the drummer
they had a band meeting by the riser, and the song was still going on. And I'm like, what's going on here?
They forget they were on stage at the fucking Whiskey.
That's that it happened at the Whiskey.
Right?
Incredibly embarrassing.
And people are all like, shame on the Whiskey for allowing this. And it's like,
they don't know.
Really?
They're not going to really care. They're just booking bands to get people in the door. Now they'll think twice about Santa Cruz ever again. They'll be like, no, you guys ain't coming back. But, hey, it's a show. They don't know what – the Whiskey itself does not know exactly what they're doing with their setup, with their rigs,
just the sound
with their
guy.
gear. The sound guy knows.
Yeah.
And the sound guy is usually brought with the band, unless a venue has their own. But there's usually an engineer, somebody, stage manager, whatever, that's with the band that knows their shit too. If you've got different stuff, we work this shit. We know this shit. I put on shows. I have a sound guy and I have a house sound guy normally. And, one knows. Now what are you going to do? These guys can't play because they're piping in. No, they're not going to do that. They're going to be like, go ahead. Just don't stand there and act like you're saying. Don't turn your back to the crowd and still be singing with no microphone.
That's it.
Enough about that. Now, you guys got shows coming up. Tell me about what shows you got coming up.
Well,
Whiskey.
First show on deck is with Kickin' Valentina. That happens on June 24th, and that's actually going to be our first hometown show of the year because the album was first, getting Skins on board, and then that's going to be a killer show. So if you're Kickin' Valentina, if you're a fan of ours, that will be a phenomenal show. So that's at Zen West, June 24. And then in July, we're off to LA to play with the Malls, and if you're not a Malls fan, look up the Malls, one of my favorite bands. And we'll be playing with them on, good Lord, July
29th. Right?
And I think that's it for now. That's the beginning of our schedule. We didn't want to book too much, not really knowing what was happening with the album. We did have a moment where we were going to be direct support for Firehouse. That didn't happen, but we're looking forward to playing with them again. If you're in the Firehouse camp, American Jetset wants to jam with you guys. So
CJ, they want you.
That's right. Local guys. So we'd love to do that. And that's it, man. We're looking to book a bunch of stuff out to the end of the year. And you'll be first to know, of course.
Oh,
I
hell
told
yeah.
you, man, we're trying to come down to the Carolinas, man. I'm looking at you.
Dude, I was trying to get you down here and you fucking booked a show in your hometown. You know, I'm like, what the? I finally
like literally his show and Masquerade are on the same day as the 2 shows we have booked for the whole year.
I'm like, oh, so you don't like us?
No,
That's what it is. I'm like, dude, you were the first. I think I announced I had something going on, and you reached out. You're like, what do you got going on?
Yeah.
And I told you, and you're like, all right, we're in. Dude, don't. And a couple of days goes by. I was like, hey, you still in? No, man, we're not in. I gotta get your ticket.
We've never played further south than Virginia, ever.
And a lot of people want to come down here, and I'm, it's not just me. It's Bradley Entertainment, helping out. They'll be down here too. It's not really a BLE show yet, but there will be. And like right now, I had Jason Cornwell hit me, and he's like, "Hey, you want Westbound?" I'm like, "I'll take Westbound, easy." So Westbound's coming from LA, 8 Ball from Kentucky. And then I had Wild America, but they had to back out because Arnie, the drummer, has something going on. And it wasn't jiving. So Wild America backed out. But then I may be doing something December 3rd down here.
All in.
All in. I heard so far I've got 4 bands to choose from that have been like, we don't know what you got going on, but we're in. So, hey.
That's what we're saying right here, live on the air.
I'm in. It's like, it's going to be like I'll let you in on it. Anybody that's listening. It's going to be, I've talked to the venue and pretty much got it. But it's going to be like a Rock for Tots. And I've done what I wanted to do first. I'm all about paying the bands. I'm not making any money off these few shows that I've started doing right off the rip. It's about connecting with the community with me first. I don't want to take your money. I want to give it back. So if you're paying for a ticket, that's not going to my pocket yet. I'm paying bands out of my pocket. And then I want to take that money, like the 2 benefits I put on them went to buddies who have cancer, and they're fighting cancer. So it's a benefit for them. They're getting the money. Then the Rock for Tots, whatever we make off it, I have already paid the bands out of my pocket, but whatever we make off of it, nothing goes back in my pocket, going out and buying all kinds of gifts and taking them to the local
it's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Thing here. And I figure, this way, it's also introducing people in this area to outside rock, which the promoters down here don't really bring in the outside. They tend to just focus on who's around. It doesn't matter if you're 20 miles out of the county, they don't bring you down here. For some reason, they do not go outside this little bubble. And there's bands that are in North Carolina, Virginia. I've talked to Tennessee, Texas, that are like, we're dying to get there. Okay, give me time and I'll bring you there. I'm working with 2-3 different venues right now that are like, whatever you want to do, let's do it. So
that's awesome.
We're down, dude. We are down.
Yep. And this year it's going to be the benefits and the Rock for Tots kind of thing. I might do something in the middle of that just to throw out there. Not sure yet. But, these 2 I really want to do, and you guys are definitely very much in. Awesome. And then next year, go for it. Do a couple this way, couple that way, couple a little bit in my pocket, pay for some things, and then, do a benefit or something for a charity, and then give that money back. It all works out. I don't want to keep it. I can work and pay bands. I'd rather give. That's what I like to do.
Awesome.
And if it brings the bands down and it pays them, and you guys get Burger King on the way and you get a hotel room, I'm pretty sure I'm a happy guy too, because I just exposed you to a bunch of people down here.
Yeah.
And you got paid. I'm not saying, hey, come down here for free. No, I don't do that. Never will. And, just you got to get more people in your boats, in your camps. That's what it's all about.
Amen.
Yeah,
Amen.
Yeah.
But Mike Flores, I think Steel City might be in. He's talking, and so it'd be a good time. I want to do like a couple, maybe 2-3 rock bands, 2-3 country bands each time, just to big genres like the rock and country bands, not the old, blah, 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 the newer country shit. Fuck that. I mean, but it'll be a good time. If the date works for you guys and the date works for a couple other bands, and we're hoping it'll be cool.
Cool.
It'll be right around Christmas time, man. You just holiday festivities, decorate places like freaking, just have fun with it.
Right on.
So cool. All right, you guys will be in on that. Anything else you want to get out there before we let everybody in on this new tune that we got?
Yeah.
Thanks to, just real quick, to our producer Tony. He runs an incredible studio out of Baltimore called The Deep End. And if you are in a band, if you're a musician, whatever, I would definitely like his page and get in touch with him if you want to record, because he is absolutely incredible.
I mean, I've never seen a guy work like him. I've been recording records since the early 90s myself, and I've never seen anybody work like this guy. He's incredible.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, so far what I've heard from the first song is very good.
Thank you.
I'm all in. I'm like, cool. And the guys I work with, there's a couple around. They're like, who's that? They always come to me. They're like, if they don't recognize it, it ain't Guns N' Roses or AC/DC, they'll be like, okay, who's that one? And I'll be like, oh, this is American Jetset. And they'll stand there and listen. And they're like, wow, that's kind of cool. Where'd you hear these guys at?
Yeah.
They know I'm always playing something different. I don't play the Guns N' Roses, the AC/DC. I really don't play that anymore. It's there's so much else out there that are right now relevant, getting it, that need that push that the others got, back in the day. We need to push the American Jetsets, the Steel Cities, the Fifth. We got to push.
Mike,
them.
You got to be our hit parader and our circus, our cream. You got to be that media.
Right.
You got to be our rip.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I got that kind of a budget. Okay. Hey, honey, can I borrow $20? What do you need it for?
So we're going to be doing a promotion. If you're on our Facebook page, you're going to be seeing in the next week or so, we're going to be doing a promotion where you sign up to get part of the all access to the record. And what you're going to get for that is you're going to get a free copy of the record, digital. And then for every day for 5 days, you're going to get a bunch of exclusive stuff. And you're going to have a different page on the website every day that's going to be exclusive just to people who sign up. And we're also going to mail the things out. It's going to be like Polaroid pictures from the studio, guitar picks, signed sticks. It's going to have lyric sheets, the demo versions of the songs, all this really cool stuff if you sign up for this all access. So all the information is going to be there on our Facebook page in the next week or so. Okay. And it's going to be, if you sign up, it's going to be the 5 days leading up to the record release. Each day is going to be a bunch of stuff, and even the stuff that we're not giving away for free. On those days, we're going to be offering like a super discount on the vinyl, the cassettes, the CDs, the new Cat's Not Your Tongue T-shirts, all that kind of stuff. So if
I've
you
seen them up on the website, they look cool. They're all pre-orders right now. I'm like, wow, these are sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're putting it all out there. It's going to be on cassette, CD, vinyl, digital, streaming.
Cassette.
We
were talking, Kevin. We got to go get a Walkman now.
That's right.
My 8-track distributor, my 8-track manufacturer fell through, so we couldn't do 8 tracks this time.
Son of a bitch!
I'm working on it, dude.
I just had a thought. We need American Jetset pencils, so when the cassette tape gets all tangled,
right? Dude,
we'll have those made up, and it'll come with the cassette.
Tape to the cassette. You're gonna need this because it's gonna get eaten a lot. That is so fucking cool, dude. You got to do that.
They're not autographed, but we've all chewed on it.
There you go. DNA goes further than Sharpie, man. I'm telling you, this is Jeff Bradford, fucking Skins, fucking DNA, man. Look at this shit. That is so cool, man. That is a great idea. You got to run with that now. I'm gonna post it out there.
Chewing on pencils again.
Pencils are nothing, man. You can get monogram pencils for like 5 cents for like 1,000 because nobody uses them anymore.
Yeah, they're not number 2. They're number 666.
There you go. Hey, I'm pretty sure you can put that on there. Number 666.
Number 13.
Dude, that is such a cool idea, man. I love that. That's one of the best ideas I've heard in a while. It comes with a free pencil for when it gets stuck.
When it gets stuck.
No, the cassette's free. The pencil costs $12.
There you go. That's even better.
I like it.
Oh my God, that's funny as hell. All right. It was so nice having you guys. I'll let you guys get back to vacation, you slimy bastard. And then get every one of you. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome to the band Skins.
Yes,
this is gonna be great. I mean, I am excited.
We couldn't be happier.
I'm telling you. When I first heard it, I was like, yeah, they got a good one. You know, sometimes you. Yeah, it is. But
and bring music out live.
Yep. 2 months, right?
Yep.
A little over 2 months. You guys will be on stage in Baltimore, in everybody's hometown. You know, come on, get out there. And where was it? Rams Head Live? Zen West. That's right, Zen West. So everybody get out there. I'll share that around. Kicking Valentina and American Jetset. Kicking Valentina always brings a hell of a crowd. So that's a good bill to get on. They always
we played with them at the first MB4 the night before M3 in 2019. It was Kicking Valentina and Every Mother's Nightmare and Babylon Shakes and us.
Mm-hmm.
That was
I remember that.
That was our second show.
Yeah,
that was the second show ever. And we met those guys that night, and we knew that we did well with them and Babylon and all those guys.
Yeah, good time.
Oh yeah, bunch of great bands there. EMN. Oh my God, I saw that saw them at M3 for the first time ever, and they were just fantastic. Oh my God, Rick Roll. Oh my God.
Oh yeah,
just a total badass, man. So hell yeah. But we'll share everything. I'll get them out. And then, hey, guys, everybody, it's getting close. It's middle of April. Boom. That means that CD's about to drop.
Dude, it's going to drop.
And come
3
weeks.
At M3. 3 weeks.
In 3 weeks. It's almost here.
Is it 2 now?
I don't know, man. Let's just stick with 3.
I think it's 3 weeks. I think it's 3 weeks from tomorrow is M3. So the record comes out on the Thursday. We're going to be at M3 the Saturday only. So if you're at M3, dude, you can't miss a booth. Also, we're going to have a whole area there on our booth that's going to be a step and repeat, which is going to look real. It's going to be awesome. Come get your picture taken at our booth. It's going to be really, really cool.
Hell yeah. It's going to be a badass time, dude. I'm going to try to be there. I'm going to do my best.
I'm telling you, dude, QR code.
We'll get
your Venmo in the corner of your show.
Get me to M3, baby. Come on. Dude,
we got you for Saturday.
Right. There we go. That would be great. I think that, we got to.
Well, that's the day Tom Kiefer's playing, so that'd be the day you can be there anyway.
Well, then I want to be there. I mean, come on. I want to be there for that. Oh, wait. There's this other band, Jetset something. Whatever.
You can come meet them.
Oh, really?
Listen to a new record.
Who wants to meet them guys? Anyway, who knows? But anyway, get there, make your plans. Saturday, M3. CD comes out 2 days before it. Meet them at M3. Then go see them at Zen West in June. And then head on out to the Whiskey July 29th.
Yes.
And boom. The Malls, man, they are so good too, man. That's one band that doesn't get out enough.
Yeah.
Dude, they only play like twice a year, if that. A lot of these other bands, you can see them all the time. This band, they'll play a festival and a gig once a year.
That's it.
And it hasn't been for the past 2 years, I don't think.
No. It hasn't.
So that's going to be awesome.
The new music, the new merch will be available on the website soon. Can you get that? Like I was looking around today, the T-shirts and everything.
You can
pre-order
everything now.
Right.
You can do it at AmericanJetset.com and BigCurveMusic.net.
Okay.
Or you can see any of the links on our Facebook page or Instagram bio. But yeah, you can order all of it today. Anything that's Cat's Got Your Tongue, you'll have it in the next couple weeks. The vinyl and the cassettes will follow right after.
Right. Cool. So basically order it, go to the website. I will post all the links so that you have them at your fingertips tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon. I will get everything out there so that you have everything at your fingertips. You can go click here, click there, go, bam, order all the information on what they got going on, what they got coming up. I will share. Everybody else, share. Jim Hamby from Jam Radio.
Jim.
What's up, Jim?
What's up, Hamby?
Yes.
What's up, brother?
He's
still loving Locomotive, huh?
Oh yeah. Well, to hang out a minute. We're about to drop the new track right now. So we will say thank you everybody for being here. Absolutely, thank you.
Thanks for having us.
I love having you guys. You guys are a good time. But Skins, welcome to the band. Everybody else, keep rocking. I mean, can't wait for the whole album to hit. But the new tune right here, right now, what are we going to listen to?
Tokyo Radio. It was one of the first songs we actually put together for this record, and it's definitely a departure. So for people that knew us before, take a listen. There's a lot of new stuff on this record, a lot of new sounds, and we're really, really proud of it.
Absolutely. Okay, well, we're going to hit that, and I will say bye to everybody. Thank you so much, and keep doing what you're doing, man. We love it. We love it.
We love rocking with B-Rock.
Yeah. Hey, I heard he's kind of a cool guy. Yeah, I heard he's cool. All right, guys, we'll play the song right now.
All right.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Later on.
All right, we're gonna give you the new song right now, like you heard. It is called Tokyo Radio. Let me cue it up. New American Jetset, right here, right now. First premiere on here. Enjoy. Wait, oops, did I do it wrong? Come on, so. Hello? Come on. What's going on? Why is it not doing it? Did I do the wrong one? Oh, I was doing the wrong one. Technology. All right, here it is. Right now. Cool, huh? Dig it. American Jetset, brand new. I will play it again with permission from the band next week on my show. Oh, I see Jeff down there in the corner. I got the guys were hanging out listening to their tune. But it'd be next week on the show. The Rock Altar on Toxic Radio. I will debut it there too, just to get it out there. It's cool. When the video drops or whenever anything drops, it'll be shared in the page. Like I said, tomorrow I will share all the links of everything they got going on. I mean, they got some ideas, some cool things going on. So get on board, get over there and like their Facebook page. I'll post all the links tomorrow. Support live music. Get out there and see them. Buy the CD. Grab a t-shirt. Every little bit helps, supports the bands. If you dig it, wear it, play it, show your friends you dig it. Come on, baby. Hey, I got my American Jetset stuff. Come on. Come on. You want to be cool like me, right? That'd be cool like me. Come on, I'm cool. Come on, I'm not cool. I'm cool. I got a Jetset t-shirt, man. All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thanks to American Jetset for stopping by and chatting. Next week, next Thursday, Ashton Blake from Native Sons. Going to be right here to chat about everything Native Sons got going on. I mean, some of these up-and-coming bands are hitting it now because of your support and what you're backing them, you're pushing them, you're getting the word out there. American Jetsets, the Native Sons, the Steel Cities, the Fifths, they're getting their due. They're getting out there on tour. You're going to see them. You're spreading the word. It's because of you, me, everybody that talks about it, says something about it, buys a t-shirt, goes to see a show. You make it happen. And these guys love you and thank you for it. All right. I will see you out at shows. I will see you in the group. Like I said, tomorrow I will post all the links. You will be American Jetsetted tomorrow in the group. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I had a great time. Thanks to the guys from Jetset. Love you guys. Come back anytime. Hopefully we can get a show together and work together very soon. We will make it happen. Hope to see everybody at M3. I'm trying. I'm really trying. I want to be there. But anyway, next week, tune in. Wednesday, 1 to 3 on Toxic Radio. Rock Altar with B-Rock. And next Thursday, right here, Rockin' with B-Rock Group. Ashton Blake, Native Sons. I see you then. Later.